happens very often. It's a little bit confusing, but in effect, it is something that happens very often. At yan, compensation shall take place when two persons in their own right are debtors and creditors of each other. Diba? I owe you 50 pesos. You owe me 50 pesos. Do we pay each other? Diba? Offset na lang. Diba? Let's offset na lang. Quits. Right? We call it quits. Why? Bubunot ako 50 pesos. Iabot ko sa'yo. Tapos ibabalik mo sa akin. Para tayong tanga. Diba? Hence, the law says there's such a thing as compensation. Okay? You call it quits. Okay? So, the case is James and Dan. James owed Dan 50,000. Dan owes James 40,000. Diba? Magbabayaran pa ba? What happens is compensation takes place to the extent of 40,000. Diba? Bakit? Eh, isang may utang ng 50, isang may utang ng 40, di 40,000 compensate na natin. Diba? Ang mangyayari, after compensation, James owed Dan 10,000, Dan owes James nothing. Right? Right? Okay? Oh. So, it goes to show you that compensation may be total or partial. As far as Dan is concerned, the compensation is total. Bakit? At the end of the day, Dan will not owe James anything. Diba? Total sa akin. As far as Dan is concerned. As far as James is concerned, it's only partial. Bakit? I still owe Dan 10,000. May butal pa yung utang ko. Kuha? Kuha? So partial and total. Okay? Kinds of compensation. You've got legal, which is by law. Voluntary, which takes place by stipulation. Judicial, when it is declared by court. And facultative, when it is set up by only one party. Okay? When only one party can set it up. Okay? Clear? As to extent, total, partial. Kita natin doon sa explanation kanina kay James at Dan. It can be total, it can be partial. Okay? Ito. 1279. This is the requisites of compensation. Okay? 1. Each debtors are bound principally and that he be at the same time principal creditor of the other. Tuturo ko sa kanila ba? Puro alikabok ang yung bagan. Okay? What's the short version of number 1? Short version of number 1, they're principal debtors of each other. They're principal debtors and creditors of each other. Okay? That's 1. 2, the debts consist of sums of money, or if things are due, the things due are consumable, they must be of the same kind. And also of the same quality if the latter is taken. Ika nga, for compensation to happen, you're both taking money. Diba? You're talking about both debts are in money. Bakit? If I owe you 5,000 pesos, you owe me 1 TV, 1 cell phone. Can we call it quits? No. Bakit? Pag kinokon natin quits, wala nang sale. Sale will cease to exist. Why? Everything will always be compensated. Diba? So here, the debts must consist, but both consist in sums of money. Or if it's things, 1 sack of rice, 1 sack, I owe you 1 sack of rice, you owe me 1 sack of rice. Parang tanga tayo magbubuhat ng sack na sa'yo at bibigay sa akin pabalik. Diba? So, it must be of the same kind. Okay?
Okay.
Next, both debts are due.
Scroll up.
Why? If it is not yet due, then you're not supposed to pay. Diba? Liquidated and demandable. You can ask for it already. Okay, you can ask for it. Isn't it the same as due? More often than not, if it's due, it is also demandable. But demandable is whether you can demand for it. Do you have a right for it? It may be due, but if you do not have a right, you cannot collect. Diba? Then, over neither of them, can there be any retention or controversy commenced by third person. In other words, neither of the debt is akin. Diba? Anong may sabi? May naghahabol eh. Example, creditors of one of the parties, hinahabol yung bayad. Bakit? Hindi mo binabayaran eh. So they want to run after what you will collect that debt. You cannot compensate. Bakit? Somebody's running after the debt. Kuha? Kuha? Kuha niyo yung story na. A owes X the sum of, natin, A owes X the sum of 900,000. 900,000 pesos. X owes A the sum of 500,000. Okay, 500,000. Can they set up compensation? General rule, yes. Unless creditors of X, si B, may utang si X kay B ng 900,000. Diba? Hindi makapagbayad si X. Diba? X cannot pay. Diba? Kasi inaabangan ni B yung bayad ni A. Pag nagbayad si A kay X, hahabulin niya yun. Diba? Or, idinimanda niya si X, sabi sa court, Your Honor, X will collect an amount of 900,000. Diba? Habang nagdidimandahan siya to prove, habang nagdidimandahan sila to prove kung bibigay ng court yung bayad ni A kay B, biglang sinabi ni X, A, di ba may utang ako sa'yo 500,000? Compensate na natin. Ang utang mo na lang sa akin, 400,000. Pwede ba yun? No. There's a controversy on one of the debts. Diba? May naghahabol eh dun sa debt. Kuha? So you cannot set up compensation. Kuha? Kuha niyo yung number 5. Tanggalin muna natin to. Tanggalin muna natin. A owes X, 900,000. X owes B, 900,000. Clear? Kung ayaw magbayad ni X, can B run after the payment of A?
No.
Yes. Diba? You can run after any asset of X. That is a receivable. I will ask the court, Your Honor, can you ask A to pay me instead? Ayaw akong bayaran ni X. Well, the court can issue that. But then, you have to prove that right. You have to prove that right. So, when that happens, there is now a controversy on this 900,000. Why? It is possible A will be ordered to pay B. Kuha? Okay? So, knowing that there is a controversy, can X now set it up as compensation for what he owes A? No. Why? There is already controversy. Diba? Over neither of them there be any retention or controversy commenced by third parties. So as between A and X, B is a third party. He's not a party to this debt. Hinahabol niya yun. Kuha? Kuha? So that is 79. 79. 80. Problem here. This is the weird part about compensation. It gives you the requisites and then it lists down a lot of exceptions. Tells you, notwithstanding the proceeding, provision of the proceeding. Preceding article, guarantor may set up compensation as regards what creditor may owe the principal debtor. Diba? Ang compensation is between parties. Diba? One of the requisites is between principal, debtor, and creditor. Right? Bigla sinabi, si guarantor, diba? Kung may guarantor dyan, nakita niya, diba? Pwede siya mag-ask, Your Honor, pwede ba i-compensate nyo na? Pwede. Bakit? Okay. Let's look at it this way. Let's look at something that you may understand. You were actually chosen as chaperone. You were chosen as chaperone between a girl and a boy who's going out on a date. Kasi sabi nung nanay at tatay, hindi namin alam kung mag-boyfriend niya, walang problema. Kung mag-boyfriend niya, walang problema. Hindi kaya lang, hindi pa mag-boyfriend. Pero normal kaya mo. Yes, I guarantee that you will begin. Right? Kaya lang, na-discover mo in the middle of yung habang papunta doon, mag-boyfriend na pala. Mag-MU lang. Sila, nagkasagutan, hindi nagsasabi sa kanya. Question, kailangan mo bang mataya? Ha? No, dahil sabi ng nanay at tatay, kung yan yung mag-boyfriend, okay na. Diba? Kung mag-boyfriend niya, okay na. Eh, hindi pa. Kaya kailangan namin bantayan mo. O di ikaw, bantay. Until na-discover mo, teka, mag-boyfriend niya itong dalawang to. Yun na lang formality ang pinag-uusapan natin. Babantayan mo pa ba? Hindi na. Diba? It benefits the guarantor. Sasabihin mo, oy, kayong dalawa, pwede ba? I-declare nyo na para makauwi na ako. Bakit? Mag-boyfriend na kayo eh. Diba? Yun yung sasabi. Guarantor can ask them to compensate their obligation. Bakit? Marirelease ako eh. Pag kinompensate nyo, wala na akong liability. Labas na ako. O ha? That's why guarantor can ask for compensation. Okay?
Ano ba difference ng guarantor sa yung third party?
Hindi. Ito is a total stranger to the obligation. Bakit? Wala siyang kinalaman sa utang ni AKX. Hinahabol lang niya yung utang. Ito, pag hindi nagbayad si X, ako magbabayad. Eh since pag kinompensate natin yan, wala nang babayaran. Diba? Or mas mababa na babayaran mo. O ha? Hence, interested siya sa obligation. Okay? Clear? 80? Not 80? 80. 81. 81. Wala na tayong, hindi na natin di-discuss dahil na-discuss na natin kanina si total at partial. Diba? 82. Yan. After sinabi natin, one of the requisites, both must be due. The parties may agree upon the compensation of the due. Iwan yung pang requisite of it. Sabi ng batas requisite siya. But you can agree if you want, even if it is not yet due. Okay? Bakit? Para hindi na kami mag-alala. Okay? 83. If one of the parties to a suit over an obligation has a claim over the damages against the other, former may set it off by proving his right to set damages and the amount thereof. This is a case of judicial compensation. Okay, this is a case of judicial compensation. Is this something new? Not really. Remember our slides earlier, yung nagtuturoan? May picture dito na nagtuturoan. What was that article? If both parties are guilty of fraud, both parties are guilty of fraud, the liability of the first infractor shall be equitably tempered by the liability of the second infractor. Right? Diba? Ang example natin dyan, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend cheated. Ano ginawa ni girl?
Cheat also.
Diba? There is judicial compensation. Bakit? Yung liability ni boyfriend will be reduced by the liability of the girlfriend. O ha? Judicial compensation. But you have to prove that you are entitled to it. O ha? O ha? Yes? Ano ulit? Diba? Ah, you promised to sell to me a cell phone. Diba? A genuine Nokia cell phone. I promise to deliver to you a genuine tablet. Samsung tablet. Ang ginawa mo, nagpunta ka sa Divisoria, bumili ka ng pay. Ako, nagpunta ng Green Hills, bumili ako ng second hand. Diba? Magpapalitan tayo. Am I liable for damages? Diba? Yes. Bakit? Ang aking promise is brand new. Diba? Are you liable for damages? Yes. You promised genuine. You bought a fake. Who did it first? You. Therefore, your liability will be reduced by my liability. Diba? Because pareho tayo ng lokohan eh. Okay. Paano kung hindi natin ma-prove sino na una? Ibig sabihin ng law, you get your own losses.
Ipin nyo.
Judicial compensation. O ha? Ah. So, this is nothing new. 1283 is nothing new. We took it up on obligations. Ito, 84. When one or both debts are rescissible or voidable, they may be compensated against each other before they are judicially rescinded or avoided. What's rescissible? Diba? We took that up earlier. Diba? In reciprocal obligation, the right to rescind is implied in the obligation. Diba? Boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend cheats. Remedy of girl? Remedy of girl is
Cheat.
cheat din. Ha? Break up. Rescind. Rescind the relationship. Diba? A, promise to deliver to B one cell phone. One brand new cell phone. A delivered a second-hand cell phone. What can B do? You can either go to court and tell the court, Your Honor, he promised me brand new. Please ask him to give me brand new. Or buy me a brand new. Or, I can ask for rescission. Naglulukan na po kami. Pwede bang ma-cancel ko lang yung obligasyon. Diba? In all cases, liable for damages. Rescission. Okay? So, rescissible contract, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend cheats. Is there still a relationship?
No. Okay.
Is there still a relationship?
Yes.
Mag-boyfriend pa ba yung dalawa?
Pwede.
Diba? Eh, hindi pa naman nag-break eh.
Yeah.
Habang hindi pa nag-break, pwede mo i-subject to compensation. Kuha? Kuha? Pwede mo pa rin i-subject to compensation yung obligation. Why? The obligation remains binding until it is rescinded. Okay? It remains binding until rescinded. Ano yung voidable? Actually, we're going to be going on an advanced topic. Voidable obligations. Voidable obligations are, okay, one of the voidable obligations is in contracts where one of the parties are incapable of giving consent. Okay? Who cannot give consent to a contract? One of the items there is unemancipated minors. An unemancipated minor cannot give consent. So if you're not of age, you cannot enter into a contract. Okay? Kuha? Oh. Ito ang storya. 12-year-old boy goes to National Bookstore to buy notebook. 12-year-old boy goes to National Bookstore. Pabili ko ng isang notebook. Is the contract valid? Is the contract between National Bookstore and the 12-year-old boy valid? Answer, no. It is defective. Why? The 12-year-old boy cannot enter into contracts. Diba? Because he cannot give consent. Okay? But it happens every day. Oo nga, hanggang canteen. Diba? Imagine mo, sa elementary school, pag merienda, ito na yung bata, pabili po ng sandwich, pabili ng candy, pabili. Oh. Are those valid? No, they remain defective. Bakit? Hindi nga pwede magbigay ng consent yung bata. Kuha? Kuha? Bakit hinahayaan? Wala kasing nagka-cancel. Nobody is objecting. If nobody objects, then it becomes valid. Diba? Example, sinabi mo na lang, Boy, Toto, bumili ka nga ng suka sa kanto. Diba? Bumili ka ng suka sa kanto. Ito si 12-year-old boy, pabili ko ng suka, valid ba? Hindi, defective. Ibigay suka. Sa, ito po yung, buti na lang. Tapos, valid na siya. Bakit? Niratify ng nanay. Diba? Niratify ng nanay. Pumayag yung nanay. Valid na siya. Okay? Ha? Now, ibig sabihin nun, hanggat walang nag-object, pwede mo siyang subject to compensation. Kuha? Kuha? That's 84. 85. Ito, medyo magulo. Debtor was consented to the assignment of rights made by creditor in favor of third person cannot set up against the assignee the compensation which would have pertained to him against the assignor unless the assignor has been notified of the debt by the debtor at the time he gave his consent that he reserves his right to the right of compensation. Example yan. Kasi pag binasa mo yan ng ganyan, parang ang hirap intindihin. Okay? A owes B. Natin 90,000. Okay? B owes A 90,000. Okay? All of them evidenced by a promissory note. Are you familiar with a check payable to cash? Are you aware of a check payable to cash?
Check.
Have you seen a check payable to cash? Pay to the order of cash.
Oh, wait.
Diba? Yan ang
Yes,
check
right.
payable to cash.
Uh,
Ano yung sabihin nun? Kahit sinong magdala ng cheque, pwede niya i-encash yun. Diba? Anyone can encash the check. Okay? So, assuming payable to cash, may cheque yan. Issue si A to B, post-dated check, 90,000. B nag-issue ng post-dated check din to A. Both are payable to cash. Okay. Bakit tayo gumagamit payable to cash? Para makikita nyo yung transfer. Diba? Paano nagta-transfer? Payable to cash. B, so happens, owes C 90,000 din. Diba? B issues a payable to cash to C. Okay? Ganito ngayon. Pagdating, before due date, sabi ni B, ang dami kong cheque. May cheque si A sa akin, may cheque ako sa kanya, may cheque ako kay C. Simplihan ko na lang buhay ko. Okay? Nilapitan niya si C. C, ililipat ko yung cheque ni A sa iyo. Ba? Balik mo sa akin yung cheque ko. Diba? Ipambabayad ko sa iyo yung cheque ni A. Diba? Pambabayad sa iyo cheque ni A. Ano yung cheque ko? Okay? Ayos yan. Sabi ni B kay A, A, ililipat ko yung cheque mo kay C, ha? Kay C ka na magbayad. If A agrees, on due date, pag naging due si post-dated checks, can A say, wait, I'd like to set up compensation dahil may utang sa akin si B, may utang ako sa kanya. Hindi na ako magbabayad. Pwede? No. Bakit? Hindi na siya ang debt creditor ni A. Si C na. Diba? Nailipat na niya kay C. O ha? General rule. Yun yung sinasabi, general rule. Exception. What's an exception? Nung sinabi ni B kay A, ililipat ko yung cheque mo kay C. Sabi ni A, o sige, pero tanda mo, may cheque ka sa akin. Diba? Pag naging due yung ating cheque, isi-set up ko ng compensation. Sabi ni C, okay lang. Kung gusto nyo i-compensate, compensate nyo. He reserved his right to compensate. Kuha? He reserved the right to compensate. Kuha? So, kahit na kay C na yan, una-una, pumayag si C. Diba, pumayag si C na kung gusto niyo i-compensate, payag ako, i-compensate niyo pa rin. Follow?
This is how Thomas this.
Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. Yan. Para maghanap tayo ng mas mabilis na maintindihan. Valentine's Day. Wala kayong dates. Wala kayong dates. So, ang deal nyo, on Valentine's Day, tayong dalawang magka-date. Diba? You can compensate the obligation. Right? All of a sudden, sabi mo, mas nakakaawa kasi yung friend ko. Pwede ba, sir, ilipat ko yung right sa kanya?
No.
Pwede pa bang, pag pumayag ako, pwede. Can I still compensate? Hindi na, siya na ang creditor ko eh. Right? Unless, sinabi ko, pero I reserve my right na. Pag ano, babalik ko sa kanya. Babalik ko sa kanya yung obligation. Pumayag siya, hindi I can compensate. Why? Because I reserve the right to compensate. Kuha? Diba? The asinor has been notified by the debtor. Sinabihan niya ito na at I am reserving my right to compensate and the asinor agreed. Kuha? Pumayag to eh. Kuha? Okay? Now, if creditor communicated section, but debtor did not consent thereto, ito naman, ang nangyari. I-assign ko, sabi ni A, ayoko. Hindi mo pwedeng i-transfer. Hindi pwede pa rin mag-compensate. Kasi hindi siya pumayag sa pag-transfer. Kuha? That's the second paragraph. Okay? Next, if the assignment is made without the knowledge of the debtor, ika nga, basta tin-transfer na lang ni B yung check ni A kay C nang hindi siya kinokonsult. Can A set up compensation? Yes. And hindi ko alam eh. You have to tell me. Kuha, as far as A is concerned, my debtor is still B. And B still owes me. Kuha? Kuha? 28. Compensation takes place by operation of law even though debts may be payable at different places, and there shall be an indemnity for expenses of exchange for transportation to the place of payment. Ano yan? When the law says compensation, kahit na payable yan in different places, magko-compensate yan. Umutang ako sa iyo sa Bulacan. Umutang ka sa akin sa Manila. Can we call it quits?
No.
Yes. Bakit? Does not matter kung saan tayo magbabayaran. Diba? Ang importante, may utang ako sa iyo, may utang ka sa akin. Quits. Offset.
I can call
Right?
quits.
That is what 86 is saying. 87. Compensation shall not be proper when
You can.
complicated Latin terms. Compensation shall not be proper when one of the debts arises from a depositum or from obligations of a depositary or of a bailee
You
incommodatum.
can call quits, right? You said can.
Depositum or obligation of a deposit. What's a contract of deposit? Is this when you go to the bank and deposit money? You enter into a contract of deposit with the bank. No, that's a contract. Please note that when you deposit money in the bank, you are loaning money to the bank. That is why when you deposit money into the bank, your account is credited. Don't you find it funny? Bakit ganun? I deposited money, it's credited to my account. If I withdraw money, it's debited to my account. Hindi nyo napansin? Bakit? Kasi as far as the bank is concerned, that's a liability. Pag nag-deposito ka ng pera, I incur a liability. I pay interest on your money. Diba? That's why it is credited in their books. When you withdraw money, it's as if they're paying you. Therefore, your credit is credited. Ha? So, hindi yun ang contract of deposit. Ano yung deposit? Pag humiram ka ng libro sa National Library, pinagdideposito ka ng 500 pesos. Diba? Pag binalit mo yung libro, babalik sa yung deposit. Is that a contract of deposit? Diba? Is that a contract of deposit? No, that's a contract of guarantee. Diba? Ginagaranti mo, ibabalik ko sa iyo. Ano yung deposit? Ano pa ba ang ginagamitan ng words ng deposit? Papasok ka sa department store. Please deposit your laptops here. Deposit mo ang laptop mo. Is that a contract of deposit? Yes. That's a contract of deposit. Why? It is effectively putting, transferring a property for safekeeping to be returned later. Okay. Please note, you cannot set up deposito in compensation on deposito. Example, so, pasok ka sa grocery store. Please deposit all your belongings here. I-deposit mo yung laptop mo. Punta ka, grocery store, maringi ka, okay? Labas ka with a card. Diba? Pagdating mo sa cashier, sabi ng cashier, sir, ito utang nyo. Pero huwag din akong bayaran. Yung laptop nyo iniwanan dun sa counter, yun na akong pambayad. Quits na natin yun. Pwede mo yun? No. Why? The laptop is under a contract of deposit. You cannot subject it to compensation. Buha? Ano itong komodato? Komodatum is loaning to you something for you to use and then eventually you will return. Example. May utang A. May utang kay B. May utang kay B. Okay? 90,000 pesos. B. Mag-i-exam ako eh. Huwag naman 90,000. Gawin natin 9,000. 9,000. Okay? B, sabi ni B, may exam ako. Can I borrow your tablet? Gagamitin ko sa exam. Okay? Do you think makakahindi si A? Most likely not. May utang ako sa diyo. Diba? So, bibigay niya kay baby. Ayan o. Sige, gamitin mo muna yung laptop ko sa exam. Natuwa masyado si B sa tablet. Nung ibabalik na niya, diba? What happened? That was a contract of comodato. Nung ibabalik na lang niya, hey, wag mo na akong bayaran. Akin na lang itong laptop, itong tablet mo. Let's call it quits. Hindi pwede. Nasa comodato. Your baby lang. Pinagamit lang yun sa'yo. Hindi mo pwedeng kunin as part in payment of obligation. Kuha? Comodato. Depositum comodato. Okay? Neither can compensation be set up against a creditor who has a claim for support due by gratuitous title. Okay. Who still goes malling with your parents? Go malling with your parents. Okay. Start of the term. Start of the term, you were malling with your parents. Sabi sa parent mo, Dad, can I borrow money? You borrowed money from your parents. Sabi ng dad mo, bakit? I'd like to buy that cell phone. I've always wanted to have that cell phone. Can I borrow money? Sabi ng dad mo, okay, here's 10,000. Buy your cell phone. Pay me back. Yes, Dad. I promise to pay you back. Klaro, may utang ka sa tatay mo. First day of class. Dad, can I have my allowance? No. I am setting up my obligation to give you allowance. I'm setting my obligation to give you allowance for the loan that you owe. Pwede?
Pwede.
Let's take it to the extreme. Hindi
Pwede.
kita makakainin
Hindi.
hanggat hindi nababayad yung utang. Pwede? You have a right of support by gratuitous title. That cannot be offset with any obligation. O ha, parang sinabi niya sa'yo, o pautahin kita, bahala ka na sa buhay mo, hindi na kita makakainin. Hindi pwede, you cannot compensate that. Okay? O ha? Finally, number 88 tells you, neither can there be compensation if one of the debts consists of civil liability arising from a penal offense. Anong example? Ito si rich landowner. Ninakaw yung kalabaw ni poor tenant farmer. Ninakaw. Dinimanda ni farmer si rich landowner. Sabi ng court, mali. That is robbery. That is theft. Return the Carabao plus pay damages. Ba? Return the Carabao plus pay damages. Ninakaw mo eh. Crime. And spend prison term somewhere. Gano'ng katagal. Okay? Can landowner say, but your honor, he owes me 500,000 pesos. Pwede bang i-upset na lang natin? Hindi. Because that is a penalty. You cannot offset it. Followed? Koha? So that is 1288. So what does 1288 say? In the following instances, you cannot set up compensation. 1. From debts arising from a deposito. From debts arising from a comodato. When one of the debts arise from support by gratuitous title, and when the debt consists in civil liability arising from a crime. Okay? Hindi pwedeng mag-compensate. Ha? Yes, yan yung mga yun. Okay? 1289. If a person should have against him several debts which are susceptible to compensation, this is actually an application of debts. Application of payment. Application of payment. Sinasabi dito, application of payment applies to compensation of debts. So, you have a case, A owes B 9,000, A owes B 5,000 with 12% interest. Okay. B owes A 7,000. Can there be compensation? Can there be compensation? A owes B 9,000. A owes B 5,000 with 12% interest. B owes A 7,000. Can there be compensation? O ano ang unang makakompensate? Sino yun? Dahil diba sa application of payment, that which is most onerous becomes extinguished first. Kaya lang, instead of cash, it's receivable. It's compensation. Diba? It's compensation. O ha? Which one do you offset first? Do you offset the one with interest first? Kasi kulang si 7,000 pambayad sa whole debt. O ano ang unang mababayaran? Hindi yung interest muna. Then whatever remains, dun sa walang interest. Right? O ha? That is 89. Ito, 90. 90. Yeah. When all requisites mentioned in 1279 are present, compensation takes effect by operation of law and extinguishes both debts due to the concurrent amount even though creditors and debtors are not aware of the same. Please note, sinasabi dito, compensation is automatic. You don't even have to agree. You don't even have to agree. By law, it happens. Unfortunately, this article is more often than not followed. At the end of the day, the party still has to agree that there is compensation. Kuha? Kuha? Bakit? Dahil kasi mahirap yung automatic. Baka magkalimutan. Diba? nagkalimutan na, uy, bakit hindi pa ako binayaran? Uy, automatic yan. Nik-nik mo. Agree tayo muna. Right? You agree. Followed? So when the law says it is automatic and happens even without the consent of the parties, by courtesy, we normally enter into an agreement. Hence, convention. Followed? Compensation. Compensation once. Compensation twice. Compensation thrice. So,